No manners. 60, 200. Nigga, let's talk about money and how I invest in the shit I get paid to do. These niggas follow the blind, no sense of direction, that shit that a slave would do. I really be taking them risks and pop on the flight, you know how the president do. These niggas hissing like snakes, extending their hand and playing like the shit really cool. Roll up the gas, sit back and I laugh. I feel all the hate and the greed. Geppetto on niggas that's in competition, is how I'm controlling the strings. These niggas mice that grew to be rats, bring out them discovery packs. I'm speaking the facts, I ate with them killers, I damn it took over the trap. These niggas is actors, wanna be factors. My name good in the streets, my name good on the yard. I know how to suit up and stand on the G. Take it back to the kitchen while I ain't learned how to step from these niggas. They been taking the credit like I don't know shit, like I wasn't the nigga. In the pot with the vision, the steam gon' drop it, the soda gon' catch it. Cold water gon' lock it, take 9 over half and I scrape out the extras. I ain't fucking with you, Alpo ass niggas, Uncle Ice ass niggas, Calvin ass niggas.
What's up, world?
What it do?
Southern family. We back in the building again, man. Trying to stay consistent with this shit, man. It ain't easy.
Shout out to the Content Factory.
Shout out to the Content Factory. But this shit ain't easy when you're trying to put something together and you got to get a lot of people on board
At one time.
Right. Everybody got other stuff they got to do.
Yeah.
They used to their normal routine, and it's hard to break that cycle to do something else. I don't think it matters what it is.
No.
Especially when you get in the rhythm of shit.
Life changes.
Yes, your perspectives change too. I'm gonna spit over my words a lot. Now. I'm trying to use better vernacular.
Vocabulary.
Right. So just make fun of me. I don't care, man.
I don't care.
Get in the comments and talk your shit.
I'm gonna be me.
On everything. All right. Not perfect. I'm still working on myself. Still got a lot of work to do. But we headed in the right direction. How was your day today, bro?
It was alright.
What you did?
Nothing, for real. Nothing. Play some Call of Duty, about it.
So you ain't do shit.
No, just
But you still don't want to get your ass
yeah,
up.
man. Think about the next move, man.
It'd be like that, bro. You got to put action behind that shit now, though. So shout out to Yo Chef. Y'all can hop on Instagram and it's Yo Chef. What that is? 427 247. Yo Chef 247 on Instagram. Bro. I met the dude today. I found out about it. I told him I was gonna shout him out. The food looked pretty good. We was talking about procrastination before we came here.
Mm-hmm.
And how a nigga just like today, a nigga did not feel like getting up or actually staying up. So when they got out the truck, I ain't got time to do nothing but take a shower and come here. And I didn't want to do it. I'm still working on myself. I swear I almost sent the text, hey, bro, we finna have to do this another day. But it's moments like that that you got to really catch yourself.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't waiting on it.
And that's real, bro. But it's times like that where you got to catch yourself and be like, nah, bro, I need to get this done. Because once you get in that cycle of procrastination, it don't stop unless you make it stop.
Yep.
But you got to be able to realize in that moment that, look, bro, I'm in my head. Just do it.
Yep.
Because you'll throw yourself way off. And matter of fact, you'll stay in that procrastination until you decide to change.
I think about it every day because it's just like with the barber school stuff. Like I should have been dead.
Real talk.
Not only that, not only procrastination. It was a lot of other stuff going on.
Life.
Yeah. But my mind wasn't where it needed to be to do it. I'm glad it's done now, but that's just the way it works sometimes.
You gotta learn, grow.
And nobody could change that about me but me.
Real
I was the only one that could change that.
You can't.
thankfully I had people around me that wanted to see me do different. They wanted to see me do better than what I was doing. And I appreciate them for that, real talk. And then everybody involved. I ain't gonna call a lot of names, but because it's a lot of names. But yeah, I appreciate that.
You know, I did. Todd Love added Instagram.
Yeah,
the other day, bro, and I was like, that's just shout out to you, Todd Love, man, because when we was growing up, that was the only thing we had to do was go to that Boys and Girls Club. If you hadn't provided that safe place for us to go and have fun, it ain't no telling what we would have got into, bro.
For real.
We had a lot of fun up there being young, bro. Because if he didn't come, I ain't had the type of parents that's take it. Matter of fact, I only had my mama. My daddy was barely around. All we had was each other growing up, and if you ain't have your friends, the niggas that's growing up right there with you, it wasn't no going nowhere because them trips wasn't playing, you feel me? It went.
And it's crazy to think about how we was that young, but we still used to figure out a way to go do whatever it was that we wanted to do. Or what we could do because we couldn't do what we wanted to do.
No, not with the mamas we had.
Yeah, that just wasn't
going.
That just wasn't happening. I was still a young rebel though. I could gladly talk about the stuff that I did back then with my mama now because it ain't nothing you could do about it.
Right.
You know, I did it. But it blow her mind sometimes. She'd be like, "What was I?" Probably in the house. Thinking that I'm just out here. Man, I used to be on the other side of the city, bro.
Right.
On a bike. Like real deal on a bicycle. Just didn't
I had
know
that
it.
bit.
I was gone. I'm just glad that it ain't the same world now because kids can't do that no more.
Right.
You might not even make it back home.
And that's sad. And that ain't a good environment to be in. It ain't a good environment to raise your kids in because you really want them to be able to go outside and it go back to the neighborhood raising the child.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because everybody's so connected, right? I feel like we caught the ass end of that neighborhood. Because I know my mama would have been okay with somebody else disciplining me as long as they wasn't on some petty shit or...
They was doing it right, the right way. Or they was doing it for the right reason.
Right.
Not just, oh, you did something, I want to whoop your ass.
Right.
Like, nah.
I feel like my mama would have been okay with... Well, because knew your mama, knew Rita. Hell, they was real similar. Real similar. Shout out to Rita. Man. Simeon mama and my mama, they was very similar. And they didn't hang out at all for real. They knew each other, but they didn't hang out. But they was real similar in the way discipline was in the house. Hell, all our mamas really.
For real.
I ain't played no tight end.
Yeah, man.
I don't see how they can be talking back to their mama, and I just don't see it.
I ain't gonna say I used to talk back.
I was there,
but I'm gonna put it like this. You know, the older generation that look at it as disrespectful. The way I looked at it is, I'm really just trying to explain like what's really going on or how I feel.
Right.
Don't make me feel wrong for doing that. Like I'm
expressing yourself.
Yeah, I want my kids to be. I don't want them to go do something and then they be like, "Oh man, my daddy gonna kill me." Mm-hmm. No, whatever it may be. If you wrong, you wrong. You know what I'm saying? If you right, you right. But you should be able to come talk to me about it instead of as soon as you think about it, you got a feel of what's gonna happen to you.
Right. Which it might happen, but we need to be able to break it down to where, look, they know the routine. Okay, we finna have to talk to it, and if he feel it was that bad for ass whooping, you can prepare for that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you gonna get, sometimes you just way too in the wrong. Like, what was you thinking?
Mm-hmm.
And them times, I feel like, you know.
I look at it like this too, though. Now that I got, my own kids, some of the stuff they do, I be like, why would you even do that? But guess what? I used to do the same thing. And as a child, you're not thinking about it. You just gonna do it.
Right.
When it pop up, the thought pop up, whatever it may be, you just gonna whatever I did with the consequences later. I know I'm gonna get a whooping about it, but I'm just gonna take my whooping.
And depending on how you raised and
Mm-hmm.
how that parenting is gonna determine the outcome. Because
Yeah.
you got some mamas that's gonna allow that, you know. And I ain't gonna say nothing. He just him or whatever.
But I done got to a point now where when they do little stuff, it's only so much they can understand right now. But I still explain it to them like, bro, you just can't do that. It's not right. And I know that you don't understand that you can't just do that. But I'm still gonna explain it to you. And if I keep explaining to you, eventually you're gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get it.
You can't get tired of having those conversations because
Need that.
you got to be consistent at parenting.
I wish I had that.
On everything.
And I ain't just gonna that ain't this never speak bad about my mama at all.
No.
But
just the way she would,
exactly.
what she knew and how she was raised, you know, unless she put an eye on it and realized that, hey, I need to do better, then it ain't they just gonna teach you what they know.
Exactly. That's what I was just about to say. A lot of times you know, they doing what they think is right. You might not feel like it's right, but they doing what they was taught. That's how they was brought up. Yeah, kids gonna be kids.
Right. Kids gonna be kids.
But you gotta still guide them to do the right thing.
And you can't get tired of doing it.
When they do
marathon, not a race.
When they do decide to make a bad decision or just a decision you might not agree with, no matter what, you gotta be there for them. Simple. Yeah.
Got to.
And I always explain like when you do something gonna come behind it. Like that's just the way it works. You don't get to go.
A reaction.
You don't get to go out in the world and say I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this and nothing gonna happen because something gonna happen.
Right.
It's gonna happen. And I hope you don't go do the wrong thing to have to go through some rough stuff.
Right.
You're
going to go through some rough stuff regardless, but don't make it harder on yourself with the decisions you make on a daily basis.
I always be there to, support you, be there for you. But I'm going to stand firm on what I'm telling you. Like, and one day you'll get down the road, you'll get older, just like I did, and be like, you know what?
I see where you was talking about.
where you was coming from. Now, indeed, just like I say, you might not agree. You might not agree with the way that it was presented, to you. But
the overall scheme of things, you understand.
You come to an understanding that everything that my mama was telling me or my daddy was telling me was better for a better part of my way of being, not just, I'm just mean, you know what I'm saying? I just want to do some spiteful stuff to you. Like, nah.
You do have those parents out there.
You do?
I didn't have one of those.
No, I can't say I did.
If I got ass whooping, it was for a reason. It was never for no reason.
Yeah.
You feel me? It was some.
Yeah.
Now that part I didn't get.
No. Yeah.
I didn't get the good job and I didn't get the good side. Now I got discipline for when I did wrong, but when I did something good, there was never any praise behind that.
Yeah.
Just
if we did something wrong, it was a consequence for us, wrong for it. But
I never
we didn't get the other side of, you know what I'm saying, you did a good job. Or
the good jobs. I see you.
Yeah.
I wanted to know that you saw what I did and it was positive and I'm going in the right direction. You're trying to parent me in.
Yeah.
That's what I needed from my parent. But my mama raised us right. She taught us the only thing I really learned from my mama that I carry to this day is how to keep a house clean. Anything else, with it, financials, and I was taught to be respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't no disrespect. House clean, be respectful.
Yeah.
But if anything else, finances, nothing. We just didn't have that connection.
Yeah.
And I didn't, in our household, my mama either stayed in her room She was never really outside unless she was cooking. She cooked maybe twice a week. Other than that, she in her room doing her own thing. We got a knock on the door. And if she don't answer, we know that means she don't want to be bothered. Don't matter what you asking for.
I ain't gonna lie, I used to bother the fuck out of my mom.
And that's how we had to communicate with her. And I think that's why I had a lot of communication problems growing up. Because I was real anti-social because I didn't know how to talk to people. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't talk. And I had the conversations that we had as young kids, but as far as
anything
expressing yourself, telling folks how you, those important conversations, learn how to talk and express yourself and tell people how you feel so that maybe somebody can help you through whatever you're going through.
Yeah. Speak on how you feel, no matter what the situation is. You speak on how you feel, but do it in a respectable manner.
Right.
And don't feel like just because I'm bringing something up, it's like I'm trying to find something wrong. I'm not trying, if I did find something wrong, it's not to ridicule you or criticize you. It's to say, hey, look, I don't agree with that. So we got to come to it.
This is how I feel about it.
So, you don't have to agree with how I feel about it.
Right.
But at the same time, we should be able to come to a understanding about whatever it may be.
Right, because me and you, we might not agree on the same things all the time, but at the end of the day, it don't really matter. We two different people. Everybody's not going to agree with what you think or how you feel. You might find some people that do agree with what you think and how you feel. But for the majority, they're not going to see it or feel it like you do.
It's like,
and it's okay.
They feeling like, well, this how I feel about it, and that's how I feel about it. That's what it's gonna be. And if it ain't that, then I don't want no part of it.
Right.
Which, you can't really say you feel some type of way about it because that's their decision. So.
Right. That's them. That's how they move. That's how they operate. And at that point, it's up to you whether you want to keep dealing with that person or not.
Yeah.
Do you want to keep talking to this person or not? I wouldn't, or just don't allow them in your life like that. Or just have them as acquaintance.
I was just about to say, just change the level of what you associate yourself with them.
Right.
Simple. And then you just avoid a lot of unnecessary
a lot
shit.
Of bad energy and shit you don't want around you.
Yeah.
If you know that somebody's doing something that you don't like, stop being around them. Stop being fake and trying to be around that person and be cool. Or is somebody in the group that you cool with most of them, but it's one you don't like, and you just continue to be around it. I don't understand what is hate, this jealousy, and all that envy. I don't understand where it come from because you ain't built like that. I just don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I always on. That's one thing I can't be fake with nobody. Just say like, okay, we know somebody. We know somebody, you feel me? So something happened between me and that person. And I come be like, yo, man, don't fuck with them. They such and such, whoop. And then you take what I say and you run with it. So now y'all got an issue. They don't even know why you feel any type of way. Because y'all ain't talked about it. Y'all don't. But what I don't do is, like, nobody can ever come say, oh, well, such and such this, such and such that. And then I just run with it. Like, bro, whatever y'all got going on, that happened between y'all. Y'all need to do what y'all need to do. I'm cool with both of y'all.
Right.
Whoever it may be. Like, I'm in the middle, but I'm like, I'm not in the middle. Do not put me in the middle. I don't want to be. Y'all need to discuss that amongst yourself. Right. Y'all need to handle that amongst yourself.
Don't need to be no sidebar conversations.
And don't be coming at me sideways talking about, oh, yeah, you fuck with that nigga. I don't fuck with that nigga, so I can't fuck with you. I don't rock like that. You feel me? If you was to say that, if somebody was to say that to me, then I'm going to cut you off. Because
I don't want you doing that to me.
Yeah, you put me in it, and I ain't got nothing to do with it.
You probably gonna do me the same way. Exactly. If you feel some type of way about me. And I ain't did nothing to you. You going off what somebody else said.
Can't do it, but that's just not gonna happen.
Can't happen. I really don't understand it, man. Well, I do because of the urban tactics. If you know, you know. we are right in the, I was saying days earlier, we right in the middle of exactly what they wanted to happen.
Yeah.
And the urban tactics that they put in place, they sitting back and they watching their plan play out. And they loving every second of it because the majority has bought into it.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what they wanted us to buy into. It's like they had a product and they put it in our communities and, hey, let's see how this react. Let's see what happens when we take this from them or we make it hard to get this. Because a lot of people, when they fail for the first time, they might not try that same thing again.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have an Edison mindset. Edison, how many times did he fail on the light bulb? Like 1,000? It wasn't no quitting. He could have been 2,000, 3,000. He could have went till he died.
Mm-hmm.
He had that drive in him, and that's what you gotta have.
Yeah. And if you don't have it, you gotta find a way to get it
because you gotta be okay with failure. It's not gonna always work out.
You gotta do it. Can't nobody do it for you.
Nope. Ain't nobody gonna do it.
I don't
for
care
you.
who you got around you. They could be. That's just like a lot of times. Perfect example. Me and you have a conversation. You know, you'll be talking about something, and I'm listening. I'm paying attention, but I just ain't getting it. I don't understand. So I'm like, and then I know myself. I'm like, mentally, I ain't there. You know,
Right.
I ain't where I need to be in my mind to deal with that,
You'll
to
tell
do
me
that.
shit.
And I say that like, I understand what you're saying. I feel what you're saying. But right now, I be not saying I be wasting my time, but like you said, you gotta fail.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I don't want to fail. I'm scared of failing.
Right. You can't be scared of
But
it.
you gotta do it. Like, even now that I'm in barber school, bro, I'd be lying to you if I tell you that I don't still doubt myself today. Because I do a cut, bro, and I look at it, I be like, man, clean. I do another cut and be like, bro, you could have
Trying to get consistent.
way better. Way better. And I know you could do better. I tell myself that.
All right.
Like, I know you could do better. Like,
That's how you
straight
gotta
up.
talk to yourself.
I swear. Like,
You do that
Don't-
on a consistent basis and you just continuing to grow.
don't wait for somebody else to speak positivity in your life. You wake up every day and you do it yourself.
Real talk.
And you say, it's not being fake. You're speaking it into existence. And you know, like you say, you're a creature of habit.
Mhm.
And you get in the habit of doing that. It's going, yeah, man, you
Them
manifest
habits
it. It's
a
gone.
motherfucker, boy.
Ain't got no choice but to happen. Just for the simple fact that you believed in yourself. Simple.
Them
You know,
habits, boy.
Now it feel good to have, you know, the folks around you, even the folks that you don't even know. They could be watching you from afar and be like, I'm proud of you, bro. I see what you're doing. Like, you done came a long way.
Real talk.
You know, that mean a lot, but it should mean even more when you're able to give yourself that feeling.
Real talk. As you know,
And
that type of energy I'm giving.
Yeah, I'm learning that, bro. And it's just, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I am learning that because, like, and anybody that's been around me that know me, bro, they know, like, they like, man, this ain't. I don't know this person. You're right. You don't know this person.
Right.
But at the same time, in your mind, you got that picture of who you used to know, who I used to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always growing. I'm always evolving. I'll never be that same person.
Right.
You feel me? And that's what you're supposed to do. It's not, you ain't supposed to stay in one spot. You ain't supposed to be stagnant. Like, no, man, that's what.
You're supposed to be on the block every day.
Yeah.
You got to grow past that.
Mhm.
You ain't supposed to be toting guns the wrong way.
Yeah.
You got to grow past that. You ain't supposed to be in your crib with no furniture. You got to grow past all of that.
Mhm.
And you have to catch yourself in the moments where you know for a fact it's more right. I'm on bullshit right now,
Yeah.
or it's more to life than this.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to pause and you have to capture those moments yourself and tell yourself, bro, like, I gotta go there.
Yeah.
And you got to make that decision because the habits. Some people say it take 21 days. Some people say it take 31 days. No matter how long it is, you just need to commit yourself to being a better version of yourself. What does Samsung, all of these phone companies do with their phones?
Mm-hmm.
Every year or every 2 years, they upgrade and they giving you a new version of it. And you should want to blossom just like you should be upgrading yourself with either on the same pace as these phones coming out, or faster, or a little bit slower. But you need to be trying to upgrade yourself. When the new phone drop, I'm gonna be the got this accomplished and this accomplished and this accomplished.
Yeah.
You got to want to grow like that because they ain't stopping
at all.
They build this phone here, and they going on to the next one. What's next?
Yep.
What can I do next?
And it's so crazy because they pretty much probably done already. They done made that phone. Yeah, they done made that phone, but what you don't, and they dropped it. They done dropped it, but what you don't know is the next one
already
ready. But they ain't gonna tell you that it's ready till okay, it's been a year. We finna drop another one.
Right.
Like
they pull something out the bag, go in the closet, go get this one, and see what they think about this one. They make that. And it's okay to find your happy place too, and want to chill in it. Once you find that, that job you like, and I wouldn't say don't depend on it solely, but
create your own peace.
Right. You're gonna find passion. No, you're gonna find your purpose and your passion. So once you find what you're passionate about, you can turn that into your purpose. What you finna say?
Create your own peace. And don't let nobody else take away from that. You can add to it. You can add to it, but you can't. I ain't gonna let you take away from it. We ain't gonna do that. I done came too far. Right. I done got to get where I'm at. And it's like, I can't let you take me down.
No.
Like,
it was already hard enough getting here.
Yeah.
So if you coming along with any kind of nonsense, you ain't pushing me to be better. You don't want to see me do better. Then I don't want you around.
No affiliation whatsoever.
I don't want you around me. I want motherfuckers around me that's gonna push me to the next level. Hey, bro, look, I be talking to Cat all the time, and I be hoping he don't take me the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
But I just be talking to him just like I talk shit. And I see where you at. I see you.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, come on with it.
Yeah, keep going.
Come on with it.
Keep going.
You're just already there. You just got to, especially if you gonna do it.
Even with passion, you're supposed to grow. If you ain't growing, you're dying.
I know that's real. I heard that a couple of times. We don't know.
Don't just exist, man. Live.
No, that's real.
You got to. It's mandatory. You gotta.
If you got kids, lay that foundation so they ain't got to worry. Man.
Yeah, man.
You got to lay that foundation.
That's why I say, like, I'm on the path to create a path for them. So it won't be as difficult for them to do. They might not choose to do what I did. That's cool. But they're going to choose their own path, whatever it may be. Mm-hmm. Just make sure it's for you. You want to do it. You're passionate about it. And it can take you wherever you want to go in life, period. And it might not be what you want to do for life. But guess what? You could do that. And you say, oh, well, I want to change careers. But I can still use this career to fund my next career.
Right. You ain't
It's just
stressing.
that simple. You ain't never stuck. Don't feel like you're stuck.
And as parents, when we do lay that proper foundation for them, it's easier for them to find their passion. Especially if you laid the foundation and you taught them right, showed them, don't wait till they 18, please. Mm-hmm. This need to be after 5 years old. You need to having that consistency, having those conversations. Yeah. Don't wait till they 18 because they sponges already. Yeah. You see every day.
I think the issue with that is, a lot of folks they feel like, just like I said, come back to the understanding part. They might feel like, oh, you ain't old enough to understand.
All right.
But guess what? After you've been doing this for so long, you've been speaking it to them for so long, they remember, they know. They ain't gonna never forget.
No choice.
And you're gonna get to a point in life where they're gonna be like, well, hey, Dad, do you remember when you said this? This was gonna happen or whatever. Like, you was right. And I think about that a lot because I was always the young dude that stopped and talked to the old folks. Even though I was bad, I was a bad-ass little dude.
See, I feel like I would have did that too if I had those conversation skills.
Mm-hmm. But I always stopped and talked to the older folks, and a lot of the stuff that they were saying at the time, I'd be lying to tell you that I understood it.
Yeah.
But I heard it registered. And when it happened in my life, I always, whoever it was saying, I thought about them. I was like, you know what? They told me that.
Right.
I might not be able to reach out to them,
Right.
but I think about them. They ain't gonna know it, but
You can give them their flowers now. Hell,
Yeah.
shout out to you, granddaddy. You told me. You told me the females was always gonna be there. You told me I should have been saving my money. You told me a few, you know, the mistakes I made, and you told me, but you allowed me to do it to get to you. You love me so much that you allowed me to do it, and I fumbled it. You know, I messed it up.
Yep.
And I'm sorry for that. But as I look back, I always remember that, hey, my granddaddy told me, man.
Yeah.
And that's one of them conversations I didn't have. I wanted more of those experiences of somebody telling me.
Yeah.
You know, so I could have maybe got it much, much earlier. I could have, you know, made the mistakes I was going to make, but still have that understanding of, because sometimes we'll dive into something not knowing exactly what's finna happen. We don't know the effect of the action we about to take. There's always a cause and an effect. And sometimes you might be able to, if you had those conversations, you can look back at them and be like, before you actually make that decision, if you not thinking too fast or the moment is just not passing you too fast, you got time to think about the decision that you're about to make, because you should slow down and try to pay attention to the decisions you make.
Yeah.
Don't make them so fast.
But at the same time, sometimes that's necessary. You got to do that. You got to just go and jump and do it. Just
Depending on what it is.
Yeah. So
right.
you will know. Like, you got to have that experience.
Right. Like jumping in the pool.
Yeah.
You only gonna get that one way. You gotta jump in that bitch. You can procrastinate all day on the diving board and never jump off that bitch. But
and guess what? I was always the child that when I get to the pool, put my feet in for what? Take the water out for what?
In that bitch.
I'm taking my shirt off and I'm in there. That's a bet. I'm here now. I ain't gotta ease into it. Like, nah, we finna jump straight in. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be cold whether you sit there and test it out or not. It ain't gonna change the fact that it's cold. It's gonna feel how it feel. What you do after that is on you. Simple.
Talk.
Yeah, you feel me? Hey, man, I used to go swimming in the wintertime when I was a child, bro. In Florida, I mean, it used to be. As a child, it ain't cold. It's cold, but you ain't thinking about it. You just like, I want to go do that, so I'm gonna go do it. And nobody even knew. Nobody even knew. I could have drowned back there. But with a fireman flow, and coming down from being drunk, shit is just, I don't like it no more, bro. Cause a nigga used to go hard in the paint. I'm talking about 6, 7, 8 shots, blanks, popping pills. Just, I'm talking about doing it. Yeah, man. And it's just like, I say it was from about 17, about 22, 23. I was like, bro, I'm too fucked up, and I ain't even drunk that much. So it's just like, yeah, we can't do this. And for some reason, bro, every time I drink, I'm talking about get slaughtered. Get what? Ain't no hangover, bro. I'm up early, ready to do whatever. And that's why I never understood. I got a hangover. I had like, out of all the times of drinking, bro, I probably had 2 hangovers. And I remember one time it was a 4th of July. Man, we would drink, bro. We would drink all day, literally all day. Everybody throwed up that night, and I didn't throw up. And it was crazy.
Putting that shit away.
Guess what? Soon as I woke up the next morning, I sat up like real deal, sat up, and I was like, yeah, this ain't it. Wow, as soon as I walked outside, everything came up. I was like, that's wild, because how did I not throw it when everybody else was throwing up?
Just took yours a little while.
You feel me? The next morning,
you had to marinate.
That tolerance.
His ass when he wake up.
That tolerance was real high, man. It's just, it ain't no more though.
No, I'm still trying to do damage control, boy.
Yeah. Man.
Boy, when I tell you, I can have a little bit now, and it's like, The next morning, it don't hit me right then. I can enjoy it right then, but the next morning, no sir. Shouldn't have picked that cup up. Shouldn't have had that drink. Whatever it is.
Oh,
Early in the morning,
man, I smoke me a blunt and do whatever. I don't feel no type of way. When it just wear off, just fire another blunt. Bag high.
Too easy.
That
Mix. Like any kind of mixed drink. What?
you said no
Talking
mix.
about like
It got to be straight for you to drink it. I ain't. Yeah. I don't know. You know, it's
every
crazy.
time, no matter what it is.
It's it's crazy for me though, because just say like if I was to drink the whatever alcohol, if I drink it first, I cannot drink a soda behind it. It would fuck my stomach up.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, but
Right then, or it just it's gonna catch up with you.
like right then, like not even long after. But if I mix it together and drink it, it don't have the same effect. I don't understand it, but that's just the way it works.
That's your body and
That's
how
why
it
folks-
work.
they be like, oh, you want a drink? I'm like, no, I'm drinking that drink. I can't drink it. They were like, what you mean you can't drink it? I'm like, bro, I don't know. I don't understand it. But guess what? My body said, hey, bro, this ain't it. You can't do this like this. You got to do it like this. So
I like what I like.
I got to do it like this. I can't do it because that's how you do it. I got to do it because that's how I do it.
That's real. Hey, long as you understand your body,
Yeah.
ain't nobody else got to understand.
Yeah,
Look,
that
dude,
work.
I said what I said.
And that work for the same way with pretty much everything that you deal with in life.
Right.
Because just like I said, you could tell me, oh well, I did this, I did that. All right.
You might can try that same thing.
I could try it the same way that you tried it and it worked for you. But guess what?
It
It might not work for me. I had to take a different route.
Right.
And that ain't nothing wrong with that. That's just how it go.
Yell.
You gotta find my niche.
Going in a
You
direction.
gotta find your niche. Simple.
We all gonna make different choices.
Mhm.
We different. We just different. Like we said earlier, like everybody ain't gonna agree with what you saying.
And that's another thing I think about with the barbering too. It's like everybody trying to get the same result, but everybody don't do it the same way. When I got to watching like barber videos, I was stuck on the way that the first person I started watching, I was stuck on the way that he did it, because when he do it, I'm like, dang, that look fire. So I started watching other people. I'm like, well, there's a little fire too, but they did not do it the same way he did it. And it's like, we all pushing for the same results, but we got to take our own route. And
Gotta find what works for you.
that helped me understand that better when I got away from watching just this one dude cut hair. Then I started watching everybody else cut hair.
Mix it up and you find.
Yeah. Now I gotta take what I see from them, make work for me. Whatever it may be, something different. I might take something from this person. I might take something from this person. I might take something from this person. You can learn from everybody.
You making your own sauce though.
Yeah,
You can't
exactly.
steal somebody else's sauce. You
Yeah.
got to use your own ingredients and make your own sauce.
Yep.
Make your own sauce, goddamn.
Own sauce.
Everybody got it now. Everybody got sauce. Everybody just ain't mixing it the same.
Mhm.
Find your mixture. That's for you and you only. And
Don't get lost in the sauce.
don't. No, that's real.
Shout out to Content Factory, man.
That's real, bro. I'm grateful for y'all, boy.
For sure. I'm grateful for you too, bro. Straight up. On everything. That's another thing, learning. I was thinking about that earlier. Now that you said that, when dude walked in, it made me think about it. And I'm glad it came back, because I was just like, go back to the saying, give folks they flowers while they're here.
Right.
And as though, and most of us as men, bro, we taught not to show emotions, not to be soft, not
Suck
to
it
cry.
up.
Just suck it up and do what you got to do. But at the same time, bro, you create a war within inside yourself when you do that. And just like I say, we're not taught that, because that's all you see. That's all you do. Hey, man, you being soft, man. You need to toughen up. And I'm like, that's the wrong thing to teach, because I think the strongest people, it's pretty much like the strongest people feel stuff on a higher level than other people.
Right.
And you know, it's showing emotions and being, you know, like showing your feelings is looked at as soft. But I just feel like that's pretty much, bro. When you get to the point where you could do that and you could do it freely, you could do it fluently, bro. Like you strong, like you about the strongest that you'll probably ever be, or getting close to being strongest that you ever gonna be, because you ain't just bottling it up
You gotta let
and
it
creating
out.
that war. Because when you do that, and then it do decide to surface, it ain't gonna surface the right way.
You ain't gonna know how to communicate how you feel, because everything is just coming out at
Yeah.
once. All of the shit that you haven't dealt with is when you get mad, it's coming out then instead of you dealing with it as it comes.
And I'm glad that we do this, because, you know, I was watching what it is, More Than an Athlete. I Am Athlete.
I am athlete.
I Am Athlete.
Shout out to them.
At the end of one of their shows, bro, they was basically talking about the same thing. They was saying that the young men need to see men love each other. But you know, when you
Build
see
each
that,
other up.
you automatically got this, oh, that nigga gay, oh, that nigga soft,
Bitch
and
ass
this and that.
or
But it's only
type of shit
because
they on.
that's what you've been taught. Nobody took the time to teach you that, bro. You human, bro. You got feelings. You feel too. Now,
And it's okay to express them,
yeah.
just not to women.
And that's not to say that I didn't. At one point in time, I believed that. I was
Not
like, yeah.
to women. I said that kind of weird. It's okay to express it to whoever you feel comfortable
Yeah,
expressing it to.
You do need that as a man. You know, we not just as a man, but most of men. You know, I got to be tough. I got to be macho. I got to show you how
I
hard
deal with it.
I got to show you how hard I am, so you don't think that I'm soft. You don't want you. I do that to keep you from trying me, but it's like, why though?
Right.
You feel me? You should be able to do that.
Come on that type of time.
And they wonder why the young kids do the shit that they do, and it's like, look at what they being taught. They
music, all of it.
Look at what they being taught, bro. It's not right at all whatsoever. And I don't want my son to be. Don't get me wrong, bro.
Wanting to have edge.
Yeah. Don't be a pushover.
Right.
But don't be afraid to show your feelings, you know, like, because you need it. Whether you feel like you need it or not, you need it, bro, because if you don't have it, whatever childhood trauma or whatever you had going on, if you don't address it, which most cases you might not know how to address it, you might not even know that you have it. But when you figure out that you do have it and where it's coming from, the source, you got to do what you got to do to fix it.
Real talk.
And that's coming from a person that I always used to be like, oh, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Shit. But guess what? In reality, bro, I did care. But that was my way of rejecting it, saying that I don't care and I don't give a fuck.
With it.
Instead of just facing the head on, like. But as I'm getting older, I'm learning that I feel more. I'm starting to feel in it and everything way more now that I'm older than I did when I was younger. I felt it younger, but I didn't know. Like I say, you don't know what it is. You don't know how to deal with it. But I'm coming to the point where it's like, damn, I used to just be like, fuck that shit. It don't fuck with me. Right. But it was fucking with me. But I didn't know that it was fucking with me. But now that I know, then I can take the steps that I need to take, to deal with it.
It's a lot that we keep balled up. So hearing this information, you need to start thinking about what it is you might need to deal with in your past and figure out the best way or who you can talk to deal with it so you can continue to grow. Self-reflect. That's right.
It's just like, nah, bro. Me and my brothers, we have a lot of conversations that we just did not have growing up. Like, we just didn't. But it was probably because, it was because we didn't know no better.
We weren't taught to communicate.
We weren't taught that, you know.
Show love, help each other out.
My oldest brother, that I don't remember too many times, he's saying, bro, I love you, bro.
Real talk.
That ain't to say that I didn't know that he didn't love me. I know he did. But he didn't know how to express that to me. Now, my other brothers, I love you, bro. Shit like that, we did that. It was just him. He didn't do that. But I came to understanding that maybe it was something that happened to him to where he couldn't do that.
Right.
I never held it against him though. Like,
But you see it.
yeah, but I seen it.
You seen it.
But now we had real deal raw conversations about just life. Period. Like what's going on with him, what's going on with me. You know, folks around us or whatever. But it's just like I was like to get to that point, and I never told. I ain't never said nothing about it to him. It was just basically an understanding. It was like, damn, I was like, this nigga changing. Because and then he's like, I know that he don't say it, but I know he see me. He be like, damn, little brother different from me. You know,
Shout out to you.
yeah,
goddamn.
little brother different from me. He ain't never said it, but I know it. You know,
Just like shit I did earlier. I'm grateful for you. It's
yeah.
important to have that dialogue when you see somebody, so they know. You know, they
And
might not. You never know.
Yeah. And he is crazy because he said out the blue, bro. I'm proud of you, bro. Like, I'm proud of you. And that just, I ain't gonna lie, bro, that meant a lot coming from him because I ain't never seen that. I'm like, this ain't you, bro. You feel me? I could have been like, nigga, what you got going on? You being soft, nigga. But at the same time, it was like, that was a piece of growth that I witnessed for him. And not just him, just my second oldest brother too. And this ain't to talk bad about him, but you know, they jumped off the porch like real early, bro. You know, they just know what they know. Right. Like they don't really know how to be a big brother. They know what to do, how they feel to make me feel like they're a good brother, or a good big brother, and that ain't to say that I'm a big brother too, but that ain't to say that I always been a good big brother because I ain't. You feel me?
Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
Everybody has those days.
Yeah, but I'm grateful for that, bro. I appreciate that. And I ain't never told him that, but I do. You feel me?
You got a chance now.
Yeah. It's great.
I clip
I
it for you
appreciate
and you
bro.
can send it to him.
Appreciate you, bro. For real.
That's what this shit about.
All of them. But my third oldest brother, he was kind of like, he was the brother. You know, he like play with a nigga, spend time with a nigga, just doing brother shit. And they just didn't know. They didn't really know how to do that.
Stars in the home.
If they going somewhere, it's like, I want to go. And they be like, hell no, I ain't taking you with me. My mama used to tell them, if he ain't going, you ain't going. Simple as that. But now that I'm older, I understand why they didn't want to take me. Because, nigga, I remember a time, it's called the Stars Complex. It's basically like a civic center. You know, where they basketball court, Florida tennis court, you know, basketball court, inside, outside, baseball fields, whatever. But we was out there, you know, just having to get together. I was young, bro. I couldn't have been no more than 5, 6. And just so happened the one time that I did, that he took me with him, they got to shooting. I don't even know if he remember this, but I don't even see how he'll forget it. But they got the shooting out there. Heard the shot. When I heard the shot, I looked at him. He wasn't conscious of the fact that I was with him because he ain't used to me being with him. So he took off running. Struck out. He didn't have to say. Well, he got down the road a little bit after he realized he started running. He stopped and turned around. He was like, "Oh shit!" But what he didn't know was, nigga, I'm watching you, and I heard that shot. When he took off, I took off right behind him. I ain't asking no questions. As soon as he ran, I took off right behind him. Damn. It was just he wasn't even expecting that.
Right. And it's funny that you say that because I want to kind of, if you ever watch Animal Planet and they be watching how the animals move or when they finna cross a lake or when a predator come, in particular when they crossing a lake, one gazelle or one zebra, whatever is crossing this pond or whatever they crossing, one can go, but it's going to take about probably 6 or 7 or more and everybody just catch on. It's crazy. The shit dope as hell, and it's crazy how, if you think about it, how connected we are to everything around us because it's gonna take more than one, but once 5 or 6 start going, everybody know it's time to move. We gotta get crossed, and they gonna cross that bit together.
Yeah.
That shit crazy.
I watch a lot of shit like that too.
My daddy used to watch it when I did spend time with him. My daddy used to watch shit like that. And that's where I get it from.
It's a while, bro. I remember when we was younger, bro. You used to watch HGTV
on that.
You know, when they used to build houses and shit, and we used to look at you like, bro, this nigga weird, bro. Because like, nigga, we not sitting in the house watching nobody build no house.
Thing I didn't give a fuck about. I was into that shit.
And it's like, every time nigga come in the house, guess what? That's what he watch. That's what this nigga watch. He be like, man, you need to do something else, bro. This ain't me. Not knowing that was molding you to be the exact person that you are today.
Right.
And it's crazy.
That shit, bro.
Yeah. I salute you for that too, bro. It's not normal. It's out of the ordinary. And for you to still have the courage to say, I'm gonna be me. Like, it don't matter if y'all fuck with it or not.
Right.
I'm gonna be me. This is me. This is what I like. This is what it is.
And it's important for the younger kids, just like he telling me what he realized, it's important, like, to be a better friend when you realize moments like that. In those moments, you should encourage him, bro. Hey, bro, you watch this all the time. Why don't you start reading a book? Or if you notice him doing it, you ain't even got to say nothing. Just go get him a real estate book or some to help him grow into what he's trying to. If you see your friend doing something a lot, they might not recognize. Like, I didn't recognize. I'm just doing what I like. But if you point it out to them, like, hey, bro, why don't you try doing this? Or why don't here go a book about exactly what you're watching? And you, as a friend, can get them on a faster track just for doing something small like that, pointing out what they might not notice in themselves. You point it out, like, hey, man, you always outside shooting basketball. Buy them a basketball, play basketball with a real estate book would have been even doper back then because you would have did more for me than anybody. I didn't have nobody pushing me in that direction, telling me, hey, pursue this if you like it so much. Because I had been doing that all throughout. It wasn't a time you did. When you saw me in front of a TV, that's what I was watching.
Exactly
I wasn't into sports like that. I only wanted to play sports because of my friends. Because they played it, I wanted to be around them. Athletic as fuck now, but that just wasn't my path.
I remember we had came and told me, he was like, I'm finna try for basketball. I'm thinking to myself, like, bro, this nigga don't play basketball. Like,
right. I'm athletic now.
And it's so crazy because, nigga, you righteous practice at that shit and practice at it. And then the next time we hoop, I seen the progress. I was like, damn, that nigga done came a long way with this shit.
And I didn't, like, you telling me that, I didn't realize it then. Hell, I didn't.
On everything. But you know,
Sam was on. I think Sam was the big shout out to you, Sam. Sam was a big motivation for that because he is still doing it today. Like, that nigga,
crazy.
He was back on his workout shit way back. Hey, bro, let's do this. Let's box. Let's run. Let's run with the parachute. That nigga had everything, footwork, all that shit,
and he never stopped.
Never stopped. Still doing it today. And I looked at this shit the other day and I was like, bro, who ass you finna whoop?
Yeah. Hey, you know what I think about? When I think about that, bro, I think about it's this one picture he had in the house. You know, he was a preemie.
Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what picture you talking about.
And I was like, it's so wild to think that you had about the smallest percentage chance to make it. And then you just turned into a beast. I was like,
that boy,
that's
cold.
Wow. That's wild. That's super wild.
Because I want to say he offered some type of service to where if you wanted to do it, it ain't on his phone.
And it ain't with him.
But shout out to you, Sam.
With him, it ain't no rest day. What is that?
Man,
where we do that at? No.
And I told him when he come down, we gonna have to get him on there. But just got to. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I ain't seen my dog in a minute.
That boy is a fucking beast, and it's like I ain't seen him in over 10 years, but ain't no love lost there.
Yeah.
That's still my brother. You feel
Yeah.
me? Ain't when I see him, it's up. Like,
Yep.
what's up, nigga?
I was
It's been
just-
a minute.
I was explaining that not too long ago, bro. I said, you'll know the real people, real friends that you have, because just like right now, we right here. Something might happen to where we can get separated for what, 5 years,
Right.
10 years, no matter what. We cannot have any contact with each other. But the moment that we get back in the same vicinity, it's not, oh, bro, you ain't fuck with me. Woo,
Right.
woo. Oh, you did this, you
That
did that.
this
It's
love
like,
is different.
no, bro, we don't rock like that. I don't. It
Ain't even on that type of
yeah,
time.
it's like, no, it's not like that. This shit is real genuine, real raw. Like,
different mentality,
Yeah.
mindset. You know, it's just different.
cause it's some folks I ain't seen since middle school or maybe high school. But if I was to see them today, it'll be like I've been around them the whole time.
No love lost.
It's crazy.
N-double-L. We gonna put that. We gonna pound N-double-L. No love lost.
Like when you used to be in Brookside, bro, I used to feel so bad. Like the day, like I hoop one day, the next day, guess what? I be like, I ain't hooping today. I'm just gonna go out here. Shit, who you fooling?
I can still do it.
Who you
man.
fooling?
I can still get up and down the court.
and
And
it-
like an old lad
I
man.
swear.
today.
And once that adrenaline get to going, it's on and popping. Matter of fact, the time before the last time I hooped, we was at Graysville Court on Alden Hill. So goddamn, nigga, I had my pants on. I didn't even go out there to hoop, but Shy was like, man, go on hoop with us, bro. We need you. I was like, I ain't come out here to hoop. Hey man, went out there with my pants on and went crazy. Went crazy, boy. Cause you know the young niggas out there thinking, oh, this old fat nigga, he ain't finna do nothing.
Right.
It's okay.
I will show you.
I like when you think like that. That's gonna make me go crazy. Like I had did man, it was a fast break layup, man. When I say it was literally a fast break, it was like one of them, nigga, I gotta catch the ball like this, find a way to make 2 steps real fast and put that bitch up. He was like, bro, that was luck. You know the way you made that. He's like, you ain't.
That's skill.
I was like, bro, you just.
As much as we used to be in the
Yeah.
street tiptoeing and goddamn curve and throw that hoe.
Yeah.
They trying to get them 2 legs.
Bro,
in.
you just don't even know, bro.
be on that shit all the time.
I ain't always look like this.
Point, be like, throw that bitch.
Oh,
Get
wow.
that hoe. You just
I swear.
little shit like that, man. But hey, man, I guess this gonna be the end of the 3rd episode right here. Make sure y'all follow us on all platforms. Instagram, we SF21. No, we SF Podcast 21 on Instagram. We SF Media 22 on Snapchat. We Southern Family Podcast on Facebook. And we got a website coming out pretty soon.
Shout out to Content
That is
Factory.
dope. Shout out to Content Factory. The website gonna be dope. We got Taylor O working on it. Shout out to
No.
you, Taylor O. Yeah.
No, that's my dog.
Us tight, so cold. And when I
Yeah.
seen it, I was like, oh yeah, we got to break Taylor in on this. So that's pretty dope. Shout out to Richard for doing the intro videos for us. That's gonna be dope it'll probably be out by the time this video come out. But hey, I hope y'all enjoy the hard work we putting in and trying to get this content out to y'all.
It only gets better.
Right. Fuck with us in the comment section now.
Yeah.
Fuck with us in the comment section. Talk y'all shit down there. Talk about things y'all might be going through. Hey, this is an open platform to express yourself.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about something in the comments, maybe we can chop it up and help you out. That's what this is about. It's kind of therapy for us in a way, because
Yeah. Most definitely therapy.
we ain't opened up like this ever. So
Ever. We learning. We still learning.
still learning how to
Yeah.
maneuver through this thing. And as old as we is, it ain't too late, but I want the younger generation to catch on now, or somebody that just ain't got it, catch on when you hear us and try to develop and include us in that journey as you're growing.
May not change the world, but you can definitely spark the mind that will.
But you said something, and on that note, Southern family,
We out.
we gone.